Queens, you're welcome back to the part 2 of this tutorial. If this is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Esther and this is Queen Sewing Tutorials. The video you're about to watch is a continuation video from the previous one I uploaded. If you haven't seen that, go and check that so you understand this one very well. We are going to be focusing on the back part, the yoke and the sleeve. So this is going to be a very detailed video and I'm also going to be trying my best to explain everything very well for you. So please remember to subscribe to this channel if you're coming across this channel for the first time. Also, please like this video so that you too can get to recommend this to as many people that are interested in sewing tutorial videos like this. So queens, let's get started with the tutorials. So now we are going to be starting with the back bodies and I've already gone ahead to give this a 2-inch zipper allowance. I'll be coming downwards by 0.5 inch to get my starting line and also my shoulder line. I'll go ahead now to extend that line all through the pattern paper. Now I'll be imputing all my vertical measurements for the back part, and for this I need my bust point line, which is 10.5 inches, my waist line. I'm not going to be using my under bust line for the back part. My waistline measurement for the back is 15.5 inches and that is what I went on to mark, and I'll be marking my full length for the back, which is 25.5 inches. Now I'm going to be using my ruler to rule out all of these lines. Right now, I'll go ahead to label all this line, my waistline, my bust point line, my shoulder line, and the blouse length, also my full length line. So right now, I will go ahead to impute my shoulder measurement on my shoulder line. I will impute my shoulder divided by 2. So I'm just basically repeating everything I did for the front part. So if you watch the front part, you will understand this one perfectly. The only difference is in the neck depth. For the back, I used 1.5. Sorry, I came down by 1.5 for the neck depth and I extended that neck depth into the zipper allowance line. I'm going to be using the curvy part of my ruler to curve that into my zipper allowance line also. Right now, it is time for me to get the chest line, which is also going to be serving as my armhole depth. And for that, I came down by 8 inches from the 1 inch shoulder slope I came down by, and I'm just going to be connecting this line. And I'm also going to be connecting my shoulder line into the shoulder slope, all right, from the neckline, just like I'm doing right now. Right now, I will also go ahead to extend my armhole line to get my chest line. Although I'm not going to be using a yoke for this back part, the yoke is only going to be at the front. I'm going to place my tape right now to locate the middle part of this armhole so that I can get my armhole curve. I came out by 0.25 inch, right? So for the front part, I came out by 0.5 inch, but on this part, I just came out by 0.25. So this is just like the difference between the back and the front. Just don't want the armhole depth for this bag to be too deep. So that was why I used 0.25, but you can still go ahead and use 0.5 inch if that is what you want. I'm also going to be using the curvy part of my French ruler now to connect those lines, right? So right now, I want to work on my zipper bulge area. I want to eliminate zip bulging. So you can either decide to impute your bag dart or just go ahead to do this method first. So I'm just going to be eliminating first before I do my back dart. On my waistline, I came in by 1 inch. So that is the line I just marked with my marker, and I just curved that into my shoulder, into my neck depth, okay? And right now, I'm also going to be curving also into the full length of my blouse, just like that. So I will also come inwards again from this second zipper allowance line by 0.5 inch, right? And that is going to give me 1.5 inch from the previous line I marked. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, just watch what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be marking 1.5 inches from my waistline into my neckline and also into the full length of the blouse. So I'll just go ahead right now to use my ruler and I'm going to connect this in. Right now, I'm going to be erasing the old zipper line so that you don't get confused. Now you can see what we have, and I'll also go ahead to cut out the old line, right? And I'm just going to label on the new line. So I will use my scissors right now and I will cut out this line. So this is not no longer our zipper line, so you don't get confused. So I'm going to be imputing my dart right now since I have a new line for the zipper. So I'm just coming out from my new line from the zipper by 4 inch. My nipple to nipple divide by 2. That's how I got to 4 inch. So when I was trying to connect this, I realized that these lines were not straight, and that is because the zipper allowance is curved. Do you understand? So the lines are not straight anymore. But I just went on to mark my 4 inch regardless for the dart, right? I just curved it. And so whichever method you decide to use, as long as you eliminate zip bulging, your dart at the back must still come out curved. Now I'm just trying to determine how long I want my dart to be. So from my waist I came down by 6 inches, and on my bust point line I came down by 1 inch, and I came out on my waistline by 0.5 inch from one side and 0.5 inch on the other side, which is 1 inch, and I just went on to connect. So I'm just going to be imputing all my body measurements. On my chest line, I went on to impute my bust measurement divide by 4, and I added 1 inch for stitching allowance. I repeated the same thing on the bust point line also. And on my waistline, I divided my waist divide by 4, and I added 1 inch plus my that intake of 1 inch, right? And on the full length line, I'm just going to be dividing my lower hip measurement divide by 4, and I added 2 inches to that. So I'm just going to be using my ruler right now to connect all these lines together. And on my hip line, I'm just going to be connecting with a curve. Sorry, on my waistline. So now on this waistline, I'm still coming to eliminate zip bulging, okay? So I will come up from my waistline by 0.5 inches from one side and 0.5 inches from the other side, and I'm just going to be connecting this with a dart. So I'll be connecting this with a dart from the side back into the center back, and I have 1 inch, and I'll go on to replace that 1 inch on the full length line. That's because when I close this up, there's going to be a shortage at the full length, and I don't want that, right? So I'm going to be extending that only on the part on my zipper line, right? Just like you see me do. So it's just going to be on my center back and not on my side back. So now I'm going to be cutting this so that I can be able to close up the darts, right? And I'll just cut this out like so, and I'll come up now to close this darts, and this is the way I'm going to be closing it up. So you can see how curved it is looking, how curved this back bodice is already looking. So it is going to eliminate all form of zip bulging. So I'm going to be closing this up with my paper tape, just like you see me do right now. And when I was done with this, I realized that my dart at the back has shifted position. So right now I'm just going to be correcting that with my ruler and marker pen, just like that. And with that, we are almost done with the back part. So since the front part of this dress has scallop structure, I just didn't want the back to be plain. So I'm just going to be giving it a little bit of curve. So I'm so sorry about the blurry effect on this part. So my hand mistakenly touched the camera and I forgot to clean it up. So I didn't curve this into the zipper line. I just curved out from the zipper line, and I'm just going to connect this from the center back into my side back. Right now I'm just going to cut this out, and with that we are done with the back part. And right now we're just going to proceed to cutting out the yoke. So for this yoke part, I went on to cut 2 pieces for the yoke, okay? I went on to cut 2 pieces, and I'll keep one part aside, and I'll get to that later. You see what we are going to do with that later. But for this one, I came out by 2 inch from the center all through the sides, just like you see me do. I came up by 2 inches, and I'm going to be connecting with my ruler like so. So just what this is very simple to do. So I'll just continue to curve until I get my sweetheart shape. So as you can see, the sweetheart shape is already coming out. So I'm just going to continue to curve this following the 2 inches line I came up by. Please make sure you follow the line. So after I was done with that, what I want to do right now is to create a triangle shape. So at this point, you can just be creative and decide on what you want to do. So whatever I did on the right hand side, I went on to repeat on the left hand side. Although the yoke part on the blouse was not so clear, so I couldn't see exactly what the shape was looking like, but I just went on to create this triangle shape. And I also worked with measurement for this. So from the first line I drew, I came out by 1.5 inches, and now I'm also going to be coming out again by 3.25 inches, and I'm just going to be connecting inside like so to give me my triangle shape. And I'll go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other side of my hand. So the reason why this is so important is because you do not want to have any difference on both sides, okay? So at the end of the tutorial, you will get to see that this thing came out equal on both sides, and that is what we want to achieve. So I will also come out again from this point by 1.5 inch, and I'll mark that out. I'll come out on the other point again, and I'll mark that out, and I'll connect them inside the line, the slant I drew initially, right? Just like that. So just watch this over and over if it is getting you confused in any way, but trust me, this is very, very easy to do. So on the down part again, I came out by 2.5 inches, and I'm just going to be connecting like so. And on the other side also, I came out by 2.5 inch. And so I'm about to make the last part, and on the upper part I measured what I have, and I came out by 1.5 inches, and on the down part I also came down by 2.5 inch, right? And I just make a mark, and I'm just going to be connecting also with my ruler. I'm going to be connecting with a slant like so to give me to maintain my triangle, right? Just like that. And I'm also going to be working on the other part just like so. In case this is in any way confusing you, just watch this again. Trust me, it is very, very simple to do, okay? And if you have any question, let me know in the comment section, and I'll be there to answer. If you understood this far, also let me know. And just, or you can just even drop your favorite emoji, just interact with this video, okay? So now you can see the way I am cutting this out, okay? You can see the way I am cutting, and at the midpoint you can see the slant, you can see the tiny slant in between my sweetheart neckline. So you can see how this came out. All right, so I'm just going to continue to cut this out until I get to the last point. So this is how my yoke came out, and this is what I'm going to be working with. So now I will go ahead to bring out the other part, and I will just make a tiny curve. So if you notice, the yoke part of the blouse we are recreating has like a buba bias around it, right? But I'm not going to be using a buba bias. I'm just going to be using this for it, and this is going to come out very, very well. So I actually folded that yoke into two, and you can see how it came out. So it's going to be two like so, and I'm just going to be placing my yoke on it. And this is what I'm going to be working with, but it's going to be in another tutorials, right? So this tutorial is just for the pattern drafting. So this is the end of the yoke part, and it is time for us to focus on the sleeve part. So in order to save time, I already went on to draft this basic sleeve, and I have a lot of videos showing you how to draft a basic sleeve. Just go on and watch that on my channel, right? So now I'm gonna head to label this my bicep line, my elbow line, and my wrist line. So this is like my full sleeve. Like this is 26 inches plus my hemming allowance, right? So what I want to do, so you know the sleeve has like a bell shape, so I'm just going to determine how wide I want my belt to come out, and for me I used 12 inches for the wideness. And on the elbow line I came up by 2 inches, right? And I'm just going to create a curve, like a slant into that 12-inch I marked. So you can decide to make yours fuller or smaller. So I'm not done with the sleeve yet. At the end part, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches. So I don't want the sleeve to be too sharp at that point. So I'm just going to be curving that inside my sleeve, right? Into the sleeve length. I'll just curve it in like so with my curved ruler. And when I was done with that, I just went on to cut this out. So if you notice the blouse, this sleeve has like some openings around it, right? So like it has some circle around it, then a buba bias passed through it. So for me to get that circle, I'm just going to be using this checkers custard cover, right, to create a circle. And I'm going to be cutting this circle out, and I will just shaping it into a desired shape. All right, so that is what this is what I'm going to be using to create the openings around this sleeve. So that is going to be on my next video. On this video is all about the pattern, and for this we have just come to the end of everything that is related to pattern drafting for this blouse. I really want to say a very big thank you to you if you have watched this video to this very point. And if you have not watched the first part, please go and watch it so you can understand how to draft the front bodice. In our next video, we are going to be transferring everything to the fabric, and we are going to be sewing everything. Please remember to like this video, drop a comment, and share this video to people you know are interested in stuffs like this. And I'll see you all on the sewing part. Thanks for watching, and bye.